Alright, it's such a beautiful day here. I decided it's time to do a tear down. So I'm going to start on this little 110 because I'm going to use the parts off of this for that mower right there. And what I want to do is I want to start by cutting this off here, these tabs. I'm going to go ahead and unbolt it all, but I only want to take the tabs off. That's the only thing important. This frame's twisted, and see it. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's a beautiful Saturday evening, and frame's twisted this way and this way. So I got a muffler here that I can use. I got a rear end here that's got brakes on it, and the brakes laid up to there, and the brakes laid over to there, and then all four brakes hit right here on this pedal. Yeah, y'all can't see what I'm pointing. All four brakes hit over to this pedal right here. Then it comes up here to the cylinder right here, and it goes up to a mass cylinder. So I had to take all this apart, and see, the brake comes off of here, goes up to here, goes over to there, and then splits off toward the front. Then it comes off the other side, right there, and comes up to this one. Hope y'all can see all that. But I'm going to start taking my saw, or my cutter, and start cutting all these mounts out. Be back with y'all soon. Okay, I went a little cutting crazy. This is bottom deck. That's where the motor was mounted, right there. But I saved it. I don't know if I'll use the whole thing, but I'm going to use that brake on mine somehow. And I didn't want to take that off yet for the mount right there. That's where the brake hooks up. But I might have plans for all that. Oh, here we are. Oh, just a second. Let me turn this off. Don't want to get any infringements, but welcome to... my light up there ain't working. I got to get that fixed. But front end off of Mustang 63, back end of a Ford. And we got the Ford Country, built Ford tough, and we got two Ford F100 emblems. But the reason why we're in here is today, let me back up so I can get this thing in the picture. Shop's a little bit cleaned out, yeah, a little bit. Look at all this garbage everywhere. Got my stand here, but what I'm gonna do, I got this front end here. I'm getting ready to take the front end out of this mower, you know, and I'm gonna get it ready, and then the back end's gonna come out, and that one's gonna go up underneath it. But for right now, I gotta get the dash off, the seat off, the back piece off. I'm gonna strip this thing down, take these pieces outside, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Let's see what we can get going. Okay, that's some wheeling, dealing, and cutting. This is what I got figured out. Let me see if I can get this up there back on one handle. Just a second. Okay, this is what we got figured out. Alright, I was going to bring all these arms, the top A arms, on top. Well, that's not going to work because it'll be in the way of the motor. Don't worry about these. This is going to go bye-bye. The mounts for that, I don't know, those might have to go straight up and down like that. That means I'm going to have to cut that frame again and reinforce it. I already know I'm going to have to cut the frame up in here. Cut this piece off. All up across here on both sides. Already know I'm going to have to do that. Right here where the muffler goes, I got to take that right there and grind this little lip off right here. And that way it sits flat up underneath there. What I'm going to do I cut this off, and I'm gonna weld from probably about right in here all the way to the front to angle irons. Okay, now what I'm gonna do on this front is I'm gonna weld across here up. I'm gonna put a solid plate up and down, and a solid plate all the way across, I think, to hold them. I have to get that out in the light. I'll show you whenever I go to welding it. But I got the front end figured out. Back end, I got that tire tool through there just to hold it, because that's where the mount. I lied. That's about where the mount's going to go. I'll put a bar across there, and I'll weld that down. And that will give me plenty of room on both sides. I don't have to cut the frame any, and that will have plenty of bounce. This has still got to come up and get a bolt. I got to figure out my size. There's space in between. Put my washers. Put my bolt through that. I gotta order a special bolt too. But that's where the rear end's gonna sit. That's where the front end's gonna sit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and right through here, I'm gonna run my steering. I'm gonna take these A-arms and I'm gonna run them up, and it's gonna be awful close to my, I don't know if y'all can see it, to that idler pulley right there. See it? Okay. I'm gonna have to extend these out and then bolt it up to my direct steer. Steering was gonna come all the way through here. I'm gonna use probably that right there, and I'll have to take and cut it and extend it just about 2 inches to come through there. That's where it's going to come through at. I got the steering figured out. I didn't want to use any of the pipes. All I was wanting to use was the mounts. Again, I said that, you know, right here, the mounts. But I got to weld this pipe solid to this pipe down here. You know, I could just cut this pipe off, and weld this mount solid to this mount, and weld all that solid to here. Well, instead, I'm gonna leave this bar here. The weld's on the outside. The ugly weld's holding this piece in right here. The what is that? Crap. It's a bumper. Well, that's gonna come off. I'm gonna cut these ugly welds off after I put a solid plate going across there, or however I do it, and then I'll put bars going across here to hold it to this. Now the way I got it setting, because I got my pipes underneath here in the back, I got plenty of ground clearance. I mean plenty. Let me find my tape measure, and by measuring it, can't see it. Hang on, let me get this where y'all can see it. I can't even measure right now. How about if I just do it like this? Back here in the back, it's measured at right at 15. All right, no, 14. 14 and a half. So by my figurations, the back end is going to be a quarter higher than the front. I could always bring this up a quarter of an inch. You know, I'm going to have pretty much level the whole way around. I know my floor is level, so I'm good with that. Right now it looks like it's sitting up. I gotta, hey, let's just do that. See how level it is. Oh, it says back's gotta come up quite a bit. Huh. But I measured it. Something's drunk here. I know it ain't me because I don't drink no more. Alright. Oh yeah, that's got to come off right there, 1/4 inch, so that's going to drop it down. But I'm going to get this level before, whenever I put oh yeah, and it ain't a good idea to cut your front end off, but I'm going to get this thing level all the way around. And then I'm going to run some extra braces up in here, across here, so this hood is on there tighter. And oop, almost got Sony'd. We'll see where she goes from there. I'd really like the transmission to sit right here, so that way there's transmission, one of them, I ain't gonna use that one. I might have to put the transmission right down in here or somewhere. I don't know. I'm still figuring this. I don't need that leg room, so this could get all filled in because my legs will be on the other side. I'll worry about the transmission after I get the front end and the rear end and the motor on.